Hey, hello, welcome to a new episode of the Xpeng G6 Ownership series. My name is Peter, and in this series I'm going to take you along for the ride in my own Xpeng G6 and tell you all about how it is to live with this vehicle. Today you catch me on the road already. We are on the way to an Xpeng Xperience day. And that's an interesting concept because no matter how you twist or turn it, Xpeng is still a relatively unknown brand, despite the fact that they have been in business for quite a while. But especially here in the Netherlands, it's not a car that you see that often, and it's not a brand name that's very familiar for people. So Xpeng organizes these experience days for people to get to know the brand a little bit, to see the cars, to drive the cars as well, and also to meet some of the people that work at Xpeng, marketing people, salespeople, technicians, engineers, and so on. So it's a nice concept for people to get a little bit of a feel of the brand, see the cars in action, drive the cars themselves as well, and get to know the brand that way. Now obviously I already own an Xpeng, so I don't need to get a new one at least for the next 5 years, and I already know the brand. But I did want to go to one of these experience days to meet some of the people of the brand, see what kind of potential customers are coming to these kind of days, and just overall get a feel of how it goes about its business. Another interesting thing is that at the beginning of this ownership series, a lot of you commented, rightfully so, why I got the old model and didn't wait for the new one. Well, the short answer is because I needed a car, this one was available, and didn't want to wait for the new model to come out. And furthermore, these new models, or the facelifted models, they follow each other quite quickly because these Chinese brands innovate so quickly and are not afraid to just put new features on a car and then ship it. So it's not much of a whole new model, the new G6, but it's more like a bit of an update or a facelift. But today there should be some new G6s, so I want to put them side by side, see what the differences are, and give you my opinion. Either way, it should be a fun day, so we have a little bit of driving to do. I'll see you guys again when we get there. So we have arrived and we've just sat through the first bit of the press briefing of this event. Today is actually only a media day. And behind me we have the new G6 and my own old quote-unquote G6. So we're going to have a look right here next to each other so we can see the differences. It's a spot the difference game. The big one is that in the old model, quote-unquote, you can see this split design of the front daytime running lights with the logo in the middle. And if we go to the new one, you can see that it is a continuous LED strip here with the logo on top of the bonnet. That is pretty much the difference on the front, despite the color obviously, but that is the main thing. You can see that the headlight units are still very much the same here, and that the overall design and aesthetics are also basically unchanged. So I did pop the hoods of these G6s because if you've seen earlier episodes, I have installed an additional frunk in mine. This was all open and sort of exposed plumbing, some pipes and wires and everything behind, nothing too exciting. But with this insert here that I ordered from Denmark, I now have a functional frunk, which is very useful, as you can see in my case, with some wipes and some wiper fluid, some tissues and so on, stuff that you want to have with you but out of the way. Unfortunately, when we go to the new one, that has not been resolved because I feel that a frunk like this, when possible, should be something that should be installed from the factory. Instead, they have made it a bit cleaner because now it is all covered instead of exposed plumbing. But this is just, yeah, a piece of plastic with nothing underneath. So that is too bad. It does look clean, yes, and you can still access things like your wiper fluid here, for example. But it is completely impractical and unusable. Now don't quote me on this, because obviously I haven't tried it out, but looking at this piece of plastic and hearing it like there's nothing underneath, and these little clips here that you can remove, I do think you can still install the same thing that I have done, but there might be some slightly different plumbing underneath preventing you to do that. Although I'm pretty sure that the maker of my insert will update that to the new model as well. But it's too bad. I think that is a missed opportunity from Xpeng here. Now there's a lot to see on the inside, don't worry, we're going to have a look at that. But walking between the cars now, I'll show you the rear as well. Bit vlog style. So this is the rear of my car. You can see the split design of the lights there. And the thing to notice is the shape of the spoiler here. Bit of an indentation here where the brake light is sitting. If we go to the new one, you can see it's the identical light signature, but we have a little bit of a lip spoiler here, the ducktail spoiler. And the spoiler here on the top is also different shape. The brake light is still here. And there is, I hope you can see it on camera, a camera here. That is for the digital mirror, because the view out is, let's say, not generous, view backwards, but they've solved that now with a digital mirror on the inside. So that's the main difference on the back. You can see it's still basically the same shape. They've done some tweaks here and there. There's a whole lot of marketing terminology involved in this car to describe this shape, but it's pretty much the same. Although from the side here you can see that that lip spoiler really stands out nicely here on the back. Here with the boot open, you can see that the interior space here for the boot is basically identical. Again, I didn't look up the exact liters to be honest, but you can see it is virtually the same. It does look like mine is a bit blacker though. I don't know if that has to do with the actual color of my car being black, or that this one is just, you know, the new gray fabric for the boot. But you can see there, everything's still the same. All right, we are inside and there is several things to talk about here. I'm not going to talk you through a full interior tour because we don't have too long with the car and I still want to do a little bit of driving as well. There are a few nice updates. It's not a giant overhaul, but it's a few touches that make the interior just, you know, a little bit fresher, a little bit more up to date. So that's nice. We're going to start here with the mirror because on the outside I mentioned the camera on the back, and this mirror is now digital and analog. So it is now on the analog setting. I can still look through the car like I'm used to, but there's a little button here on the top to activate it, and now it is a digital mirror. It's a bit of a different perspective because obviously the camera is all the way on the back of the car, so you have a different angle to work with, but it is nice that you have the option to switch between the two depending on what you prefer. It's actually quite nice and it's well integrated this way, so I think that is a great touch. Then the cabin itself is updated in a few different things. The key one is this new interior light strip here all the way across the dash and then down the door and also in the back. That is a big update over mine. It's actually quite elegantly done, tucked away here in the door. And then the dash design is new. This has some kind of new shape with the lighting panel behind it. So that is a big update over mine, where the light strips are underneath and in the door are quite straight and simple. Now it has a bit more flow and design to it. And also in the rear, the additional lights are quite nice. So that's good. You might have noticed that it is gray in here. When I bought my car, it only had a black or a white interior option. So now we also have a gray. Nice to have another option, I suppose, but it's not a very nice gray. It's a bit of a dull color. Not very exciting. Not that my black one is very exciting, in all honesty, but you know, this gray is not for me, to be honest. I wouldn't pick this one. But it's nice to have the extra option. The steering wheel is still rectangular, which is the wrong shape. I don't like that in my car. I don't like it in this one either. I think this is the wheel from the previous generation G9. Don't quote me on it, but it looks like it. Still the same button combination and operation, so that's good. The software obviously is all the same. And I have a larger driver's display through the steering wheel, which is quite nice. A bit of extra information, a bit of extra graphics, so that is always good. Very pleasant to work with, just like in mine, just on a slightly larger scale. The screen in the middle is basically the same as far as I can tell. They might have updated the processor or something, but it looks the same. And of course the software is the same as well. Underneath the screen though, manual ventilation controls. Yes, 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 Xpeng. A good job listening to customer and journalist feedback. This is what you want. Something that annoys me every single time I use it in my car is that I have to change the airflow and air direction in the screen. This is a much, much better solution. Well done. And it's also here on the side and on the passenger side as well, so that is great. Other than that, it is basically all the same, apart from maybe some slightly different materials here and there or something. We still have the same storage underneath the dash here, the wireless charging pads. The cup holders are slightly different, but nothing really worth mentioning. And this central armrest still is one giant void going all the way down. So very spacious, but only one big hole basically. So yeah, overall it's still a nice place to be, and I think that the updates are, you know, not groundbreaking or anything, but very nice touches to just make it a little bit more up to date and a little bit more modern over mine. Is it something that fundamentally changes the way you use the car? No, absolutely not. but it's a nice few touches to make it fresh again. Obviously, a little bit of driving in this new G6. This is the all-wheel drive performance version, just like mine, so the experience is very similar. I don't know if they've fundamentally changed anything about the suspension or anything like that, but basically in the little bit of driving that I can do here today, it feels pretty much the same. I probably have to do some extensive testing or some tech spec analysis to see if there are any real changes, but it's still a very capable, comfortable, spacious cruiser for you and your family, and they haven't really messed with that recipe, which is good, because that in the end is the reason that I bought this car. And I think it is good to keep that recipe because it's been successful for them, so why not? The big change is something I can't really show you. It's the battery technology underneath. They've reworked that quite a bit. I won't bore you with all the technical details of that, but basically it comes down to the fact that they've done different kind of layering and, very importantly, different kind of battery management. That allows this car to charge over 450 kilowatts. So that is crazy fast. They went as far to say it is the fastest charging production car in Europe at the moment. The G9, the new one, charges even faster, over 500. So that is pretty crazy. Do you absolutely need that? Maybe not. Mine charges at 280, which is plenty fast. But if you do have to charge and have to use a fast charger, faster is always better. So, you know, great that they can do it this way. And of course, with improved battery management, they can also improve things like temperature management and so on. So overall, it's another step that they've taken with the battery and with the power. And the power delivery is still the same as in mine, so it is ballistic if you want it to be, but at the same time it is still a very relaxed cruiser when you don't want to go crazy. So all around, that is super nice, and I think that is exactly what you want from this car. Now, with the Xpeng logo behind me, this brand experience day comes to an end. It was only press and media today. The actual customer experience day is later this week in the weekend, so people can actually test drive the car. And they say they have a full booked program with a lot of people coming, so that's cool. It's really nice to be here today, sort of listen to the brand, listen what they're up to, and see the enthusiasm of the people that work for Xpeng on all their future plans and their cars, of course. So the main goal was to drive my own G6 versus the new G6. Really nice to see those differences side by side. I wouldn't say it's such a revolutionary update that I missed out or anything. I think I've done pretty good with my car. Yes, the new one charges a lot faster with 450 plus, but I think with my 280 charging, I'm still doing pretty well. And I have a little bit more range because my battery size is a little bit bigger. But it's nice to see the refresh and the updates. A few other cars that we saw here, I mentioned the G9 a few times already. The new one is here too. They have a really cool new black pack for that one, which is nice, with some dark wheels, slightly different grille, and orange brake calipers. So that's really cool. And I hope to drive the new one, the G9, once it's out on the road. There's also the new P7. That is a really cool car in bright yellow. That is coming to Europe as well. Somewhere next year, 2026. Really cool car. Looks nice, all the newest and latest and greatest from Xpeng, and it's really cool to see sort of the next step they're taking with their designs and everything, so that's nice. And even the P7 Plus is here, that we saw in Hong Kong on the Global Brand Day. That is also coming to Europe, and they expect to deliver end of Q1 2026, so that's cool. So all around, cool brand day, nice to be here and see the cars and drive them back to back. And overall just have a good time with the brand, which is always nice. The next video coming is the 3,000 kilometer update. I've had my car for about 3 months now, so that is coming with all my likes and dislikes after that first quarter of ownership. And of course, all the other auto fuel videos that you can expect from us will continue to go as well, but this series in particular I think is quite nice because it's my personal view on the car. For now, thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Cheers!